My name is David Bieri. I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And when I was about 3 months old, my parents got the opportunity to move to Hawaii. I moved to New York when I was about 6.5 years old, which was quite a culture shock. Basically moving from paradise to Rosedale, Queens. And then between my 8th and 9th year, the summer before I turned 9, we moved to Starrett City, Brooklyn. It had just opened up. It was still being built. And that's where I met the friends and the co-conspirators that I had the rest of my chaotic and adventuresome childhood with. Growing up in New York provided me with a lot of experiences. It's a funny statement because the experiences are all over the place. Well, they say you can never go home again, but Starrett's changed a lot. It's not much like it was when I was there. I grew up there with friends from many different countries, many different religions, races, ethnicities. Didn't make any difference. Things were nice. You could play outside. It was safe. Things were kept clean. Now, it's just not the same. Lots of things are gone, torn down, in disrepair, or just missing. Stairwells are missing, and it's just a grassy mound now. And benches that we used to hang out in, a lot of those are gone now. The neighborhood just has a completely different feel. After I got married, it was really time thinking about kids and raising a family. We started thinking about whether or not we should move out of New York, somewhere that was a little safer, a little more conducive to the kind of a family life we wanted. Well, New York is a special place, and Starrett was a special place inside of a special place. We lived in East New York. Starrett City was located in East New York, but it was a safe neighborhood. Block or two outside of Starrett was gangland. There was a lot of give and play between the kids from outside and the kids from inside. Starrett had its own little security force, and we used to like to terrorize them and tease them, and it was a lot of fun. But people in Starrett would always band together when kids from outside came in to try to cause trouble, and it led to some fights and some problems. We formed football teams and baseball teams, and we would play against the outsiders, and it would be a point of pride to beat them and be able to brag and say that, we were better than they were. I wouldn't want to move back to New York, not back into the city proper. Maybe upstate a bit, because it's laid back a little bit. It's not as stressful and high anxiety, and New York, there's so many people there, and there's so many different people there, and they tend to end up being angry all the time. They're tight. They walk around, they feel tense. When I go back into New York, I feel tense. When I leave, I feel relaxed. I feel things relax inside of me, and I'd rather have that. I'd have to say that I pretty much consider New Jersey to be full of recovering New Yorkers. It's like where New Yorkers go when they realize that they need to get away from the stress and they need to sort of detox. So New Jersey seems to be like the New York rehab state. Everybody's got some of the New York attitude, but there's a lot less of the stress, a lot less of the anxiety, and people do tend to get a little more laid back than you'll ever find in New York, and especially in Brooklyn. Why is New York special? We're the city that never sleeps. Anything you want, you can get. Do you want Asian fusion cuisine at 3 o'clock in the morning? You could find it. You want, pizza with sardines and pineapples on it? You can find it. New York, it's just that it's got it. It's always active. There's always something to do. Always something cultural. Always something with the arts. Always something with different foods. Always adventures. It's always going. It's always on. It's never off. And add to that it's such a large city, and there's so much money and commerce that moves through there, and you have a happening hot place. It's a place that, while I wouldn't want to live there again, I kind of like being able to get there when I feel I need a dose of that kind of a lifestyle.